Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd and today is Wednesday, so we have yet again another episode of Would You Rather. This is a video series where I'll be going over approximately 5 questions and determining which one is less likely to be invasive. So with the rules and guidelines reviewed, let's start off the episode. Coming in at our first Would You Rather question, I have would you rather live one 1,000-year life or live 10 100-year lives? Now, of course, I think I'm going to go with the live one 1,000-year life because you're not going to have to be rebirthed. You're going to have all your knowledge, you're going to retain it all, and I don't think going through school multiple times in 10 durations or 10 rebirths of your existence would probably be too fun. Now, of course, that would be about 16 years that you'd go through all education followed by the beginning stages and after, but with that in mind, of course, I feel like being 1,000 years old, you would pretty much accomplish everything like every other person does for your first 100 years. Now, of course, during that entire period, you would also have the other 900 years to go through where you would still begin to make new friends, you'd still maybe jump jobs and enjoy life as it persists, of course, because you don't have the ability to have all the wealth in the world unless you've accumulated that during your first 1/10 of your lifespan. But I just think being 1,000 years old would be pretty awesome, and I think you'd also have the ability to break some records along the way, which I think would be pretty awesome to have your name stamped in there multiple times when it comes down to the world record book or really anything else that needs to be archived when it comes to records. Coming in at our second question, I have would you rather have sex with a goat and no one knows you did it, or not have sex with a goat but everyone thinks you did it? Now, for this specific question, I'm going to go with not have sex with a goat and everyone thinks I did it, just because only the people that are really interested in it are going to continue to be persuaded by this information. Now, of course, that's not to say that everyone won't have it in the back of their mind, but I just don't think I'd be into having sex with a goat, no matter even if it was for beneficial gain, profit, or anything like that, just because it wouldn't be as standard as a human. It wouldn't be something that it's an emotional connection. It wouldn't have any of those qualities. It would just be literally you dominating this animal, which isn't really something I'd be interested in, and I don't imagine it has the same appeal as what a female upholds. Coming in at our third question, I have would you rather have an extra mouth or a third arm? Now, of course, for the short answer, I'm going to go with having a third arm just because I feel like you'd be able to get more stuff done, and you'd also be pretty good at PC gaming, which is something that I enjoy by itself. But, of course, in the realistic output of it, I don't think having another mouth would be something I'm interested in, just because I mean, I eat pretty quick as it is now. I'm pretty satisfied with my pace. I don't think I need more food shoved into my mouth because that just wouldn't be beneficial in multiple ways. But, I mean, I guess it would increase or make your eating methods a little bit faster. But I'm pretty satisfied in that accord. But I think being able to have another arm, on the other hand, would just really get stuff done. And I think you'd be able to multitask a little bit faster than just having the standard 2. Coming in at our fourth question, I have would you rather have your head twice your normal size or half your normal size? Now, of course, for this instance, I'm going to go with having it half of my normal size just because I couldn't imagine my body upholding 2 of my heads. I just couldn't imagine those being clumped together and being considered one head. I just couldn't imagine my body maintaining the abilities that it already currently occupies, as well as still being able to be functional in the day-to-day things that I do. Now, with that said, of course, having a head half your size would definitely look a little weird at first. You would look a little deformed to most of the people looking at you, considering that it wouldn't be very accustomed for them to be looking at somebody that has a very small head. Now, on the plus side, you'd be a smaller target, I guess, if you're playing something where an object is being thrown at your head, but in those circumstances, I imagine you're probably not the brightest person in the entire world. But by and large, I think I'd rather just have a smaller head when it comes down to it, and I think it would allow me to be a little bit more maneuverable when it comes down to the day-to-day things that I currently occupy. And finally, coming in at question 5, I have would you rather be deaf or blind? Now, this is a very creative question because it allows both things that most people fear in many different circumstances to be within one question, and you have the ability to determine which way you wish to go. You can either take the left side or the right side. Now, for this specific question, I felt like going with deaf would be a better option. Now, don't get me wrong, no matter how you look at it, you're losing so much that the world has to offer no matter which way you go. But with that in mind, of course, I think being deaf would just be a little bit easier. I think having the ability to not be able to hear sounds wouldn't be terribly bad, but you would miss a lot of the great things that the world has to offer, of course. But not being able to see anything and just seeing a dark pit of nothing would be the worst. All you would hear is sounds, and every time you would walk outside or do any action, you would fear falling, tripping, getting run over by some crazy person in New York or anything of the equivalency. It's just how it would work out. And I feel like you would live a life that isn't very adventurous. You wouldn't have the ability to go outside. You wouldn't have the abilities that most people do on a day-to-day basis. And overall, I just feel like you just wouldn't enjoy life the way it's meant to be enjoyed. And I feel like that would just not be a very fun experience and not something that I would really wish upon myself or even my greatest enemy. But anyway, guys, that has been the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had some questions in there that were really difficult for you to answer as well. Please let me know in the comments below if there's any answers that you guys would change, of course, because I'm interested to see how you guys think and overall which ones that you decided would be a better option or even a worse option when it comes down to it. Now, of course, guys, if you have any questions that you have brewing in your minds, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to add them into the next episode, of course. And with that said and done, guys, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. And this is NMO, and I'm going to be signing out, guys. Peace.